She's used her length from the wing to really attack the hoop and find some nice open shots. You can take a look, going baseline, pulling up, avoiding the help defense.
A 5'9" junior can score from anywhere. He uses his body if you let him in the paint, but the impeccable range on the three is what's making him the most exciting player in the country to watch right now. So yes, Alumni Arena has their eyes on him. The Mid-American Conference does, but the entire country is watching Marcus Keene right now.
With Amy Audibert.
Thanks, Ben. Coach, earlier this week you told us consistency for 4 quarters. That's what you were looking for. Thoughts on the first 2?
Well, I think we're playing really hard. That punt return really hurt us there at the end. But our guys are playing hard. We got some good momentum. We're gaining confidence.
And your defense up front has been fantastic in that first half. What's been the difference for them?
We check in with Amy Audibert on the sideline.
Yeah, Ben, Lance Leipold has been very insistent in a bright future in Tyree Jackson. When he scored that touchdown, he came off the field, and at least half the team had come over, put their hands on him, congratulate him, and you get the sense down here on the sideline that they have been waiting for that Tyree Jackson big moment the entire night. They certainly got it. Back up to you guys. Because of injuries and rotations, has now moved at 5'8" to an outside hitter, and she is putting up phenomenal numbers as a hitter. She had a stretch this season with 22+ kills in 5 consecutive matches. I'm going true, Cinderella. I'm going to 5'12", and I'm going Chattanooga.
Wow.
Knox.
Big statement.
I'll tell you why. They went and beat Dayton this year at Dayton. That's one of the most arguably hardest road games to win in the country. And these guys, and I know they've had 3 wins in 2016. Everyone's going to say they play in the Southern Conference. I get it. But you have to understand there are 7 guys on that team that are juniors, redshirt juniors, or seniors who have won a combined 70 games in the last 3 years. They are poised. They are veterans. They are ready to play.
Northern Illinois' 20 points, 16 of those have been in the paint. If you're UB and you have the size advantage, you have to force people to hit shots.
Ohio is undersized. They know that, but they have to have their hands up. You cannot, look at this, take a look at this pass. She's halfway to half court, right in front of the basket. Ohio has to be so much more active.
They go all around football. Jasper Heisman.
Well, I don't know if you know numbers yet, but new school record running yards here at UB, 282 yards tonight. We got to talk a little bit about you. What did you see out there on the field?
Honestly, it was just great blocking up front. You know, our game plan was, we got to play physical. We knew the weather was going to be wet, rainy, windy, but we just came out here. We had a great week of practice on a short week. We got 4 more games left. We 2-6, but we got to look at the bigger picture. We got Ohio coming up. We got to win that game. And honestly, everything that we want is still in grasp. If we go 6-6, we make a bowl game.
And Akron did have a lot of momentum coming in. When you go into your locker room and you talk to your defense, they really said, not tonight, not in our house. What are you going to say to your defensive guys?
Man, they played a great game.
Goes 1 on 3, kicks it out. Here's Meyer. That one's on the way and good.
So when your 6'11" center can drain that shot, can trail and spot up and hit that shot, that's why Central Michigan offensively, they can score from every position, so you can't double the guards. There's one stat that's not on the box score, and I wish it could be, and that was change or altering shots. Because just because you don't come up with the block, it doesn't mean you haven't stepped up and done a job. And I think it's not favorable, but especially if you're one of the, get this, 30 guys on the Akron roster from the state of Florida. Earlier this week on Tuesday, I talked to Zips head coach Terry Bowden about the fact that the weather was cold, and he said, we just got out of a team meeting. He said, we definitely addressed the weather. Now, DeLeo does a nice job inside getting that ball, but Blake Hamilton comes down, and you've got to pivot. If you're going to get your elbows up, you've got to be pivoting through it, and you can see his feet don't come off the ground, so it's an easy call for the official to make.
Short on the jumper by Voigt, out of bounds to the Bulls.
And that was a smart decision. Lisa Upps kind of just protected the ball to let it go out of bounds instead of flying up the court and trying something a bit more control right now, walking the ball up and running a set. And that's what Lisa Upps does. She has a sense of calmness at that point guard position.